So hey, can we play Rainbow Six after this?
Yes, afterwards. Hold on. Still loading. And we're live. Welcome back, brothers, to the Kill Streak Junkies podcast. I'm your host, Grizzly. I'm joined today by my co-host, Hatter.
What's good, y'all?
And Corncob.
How's it going, everybody?
We got a couple of guest speakers in here today. We got True Killer.
What's up?
Crazy.
Watch that feedback, y'all.
Yeah, I'm getting it. And Caden.
Yes.
Alright, boys, so we got a extra special topic we're talking about today. And we're just gonna bullshit. So, I don't know a whole lot. I just heard about this yesterday, I think. Yeah, like I was just told about it yesterday. So, please explain to me what the fuck this is.
Well, a bunch
you're
of
talking about
Area
whole
51,
type shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
One
so
at a time. Let's not talk
basically-
over each other.
Yeah, so basically, someone had just put it on like the whole government, like the whole Google website, where you could just go create an event.
it was
And some fool
Facebook.
put down, Facebook event, and he said, everyone, let's raid Area 51. There's too much of us for them to handle, and then that just got everything going.
Damn. Alright, Hatter,
So,
you live in the state, so did you hear some rustlings about this before it happened?
of course, dog. Of course. I'm pull
How
it
long have you
myself,
been
man.
hearing about this shit?
Bro, I've been hearing about it for what? It's been a couple days. You already know I got the technical loaded. I got the 50 cal in the back. We going up in that bitch. Playing no games. And we
He
got
saw 'em
RPGs
already.
to them UFOs that are gonna pop out. So you already know.
Some lock-on action? You already know.
So we come as strapped.
We strapping.
What if they got AC-130s, dog?
Bro,
Are you gonna take 'em
if
down?
there's 400,000 of people there, ooh, douche, douche.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Body parts are
Just
going
gonna
everywhere.
light it up. Everywhere.
Bro, if
Just
we're
grab a
raiding
man's
Area
arm.
51, we might as well just hit up some gun stores on the way, and get stocked.
Right.
I mean,
we
we're
don't
already
have
breaking
to.
the fucking law.
Right, we might as
I mean,
well
we're-
get strapped.
We're already breaking the one law that can get us in prison for life. So we might as well just fucking do it.
I feel like that's execution, homie. I don't even think that's life. I feel like they just shoot you on the spot if you break it. Like, if you get
Right. If there's
past the
enough
line,
people-
they just drop
they
you.
do have clearance to use lethal
Yeah.
force if you do try to break
Yeah.
into Area
Yeah.
51.
I feel like if
There's
there's
been
enough
people-
people, ooh, they'd probably start shooting, start
With
bussing.
400,000
Oh,
If they
people,
saw that
they
many
would
people, they'd probably start shooting.
What if everyone just
I don't know,
ran in
man.
with
I
body
feel
armor
like they
and,
would face so many
shields?
consequences from like the UN and NATO and all
Yeah,
that
they
shit.
probably would,
Like
man.
they would definitely
Definitely.
hold back.
Dude,
Hell
they
yeah.
would
A lot of
cover
people
it
would
up.
get
They would
mad.
cover it up.
Low key's like, well, 400,000 people fell off the face of the earth. Wonder what happened. Definitely not bodies
Yeah,
laying in
there's-
front of the base.
How the
A mass
fuck are they
grave
gonna
in
cover that
Nevada.
up?
It was
They've
an
covered the
earthquake.
entire thing up for fucking years. No one still to this day knows what's past like the line. So I feel like they can do it.
Yeah.
High
So
key.
this is something for Grizzly, because I saw this on a meme, but this reminded me of like something like Grizzly would think of. Since Grizzly's huge with conspiracy, what if the whole thing to storm Area 51 was staged by the government because they knew that a shit ton of people would pile up at the front gates to then get it like some form of population control?
Population control, or if like
Harvesting.
no,
shit.
hold on. Or if like they cleared out Area 51, like they moved everything, and they're just gonna let them storm it, open it up, and it's just an empty fucking like old hangar bay.
Oh,
They're
that'd
like,
be
oh, there's
fucking
nothing here,
hilarious.
so everyone stops fucking talking about it.
I guarantee you there's bases that we have no idea about where the real shit is.
There is no way that
Underground shit.
Underground.
being so widely known, like everyone knows about it. There's no way we keep our most top secret shit there because everyone knows where it's at. There's fucking nuke silos in like 16, 17 different states that people don't know about. Guarantee you there's some underground shit in each one of those nuke
16 or
silos where
17.
at least.
Bro, dude,
And
there's
that's like,
nuke
there
silos in
are-
every state.
Yeah.
Is there a nuke silo in this state? Because I've never seen one.
Yes.
I've been
know,
all
it's
over
all
Oklahoma.
underground.
That's like I'm pretty sure there are maybe a couple in Colorado, and there's a like a super small military base that goes into the side of the mountain up in Douglas Pass.
Damn.
Well, there's
Where I'm
there's
at.
outposts in Pikes Peak too. We drove past them.
Uh-huh.
Bro, I guarantee Area 51 goes down miles and it spreads out for miles. and miles
Ever,
and miles.
forever, dude.
And they've got to have spots and tunnels to come up in other places, so they've probably
Oh, I
already made
guarantee
Exactly.
they've got secret doors and shit that open up.
Some fucking
Out
underground
on the
railroad
ground.
type shit.
Yeah, I would say. I would
Yeah,
definitely say.
exactly.
Yeah, there's
That's
probably a
crazy.
whole underground system connecting to the other base, S2. It's a couple miles away. Probably connected and everything, because they were doing alien
Oh,
tests
yeah.
over there too. So I mean,
I guarantee all the exit tubes are miles away from the actual main base too.
Right, right.
So that way, if there are any breaches, they're gonna know about it before anybody gets even close.
Right. All right. So I got a question real quick to ask the entire party, one at a time, because we're trying to avoid chaos here. I already know Hatter's answer, but I'm gonna ask him just in case for the podcast's sake. I'll ask down the fucking row here. Caden, do you believe in aliens? Fuck you. True Killer, do you believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Corncob?
I've seen them. Yes, sir, I do.
I've seen him. Hatter?
definitely, dog, 100%.
Ninja?
Yeah, I mean, if the universe is infinite and there's only one planet with life, that's an awful waste of space.
Here's the way I'm thinking of it. If Kylie Jenner's race is the smartest
What?
thing in this universe, we're fucked. We're fucked. There's no way the race that created the hits like Kylie Jenner, Riff Raff, fucking
Bro, we're
Kanye
like the
West,
zoo,
there's
dog.
no way.
We're like the zoo to them. Hey, let's go look at the monkeys. They just come
Bro,
down to Earth
what
and look
if-
at us and shit.
What
Like
if
the
we're a
monkeys,
TV
bro.
channel like the Truman Show, and like the aliens just tune in and watch each of our lives as like a
We're
We're
TV
like the zoo,
channel?
homie. We're like the
I got
zoo.
a better one. I got a better one. With the whole planet to zoo.
We're
That's
just
what he
whole
just
ass.
said.
Bro,
Yeah, we're whole
bro,
zoos.
Oh, did he
alien
out-
abductions are like fucking pranked. Fucking people just getting picked up and like they just like
Like
filming
hidden
them
camera
taking out their
TV shows?
organs,
Right,
and then
right.
they
Hidden
wake up
camera
and they're
TV
like,
shows?
"Oh, we
Molested.
got you, bitch." But you
Hitchhiker's
know
Guide to
they're
the
like
Galaxy,
making
man.
clicks and shit, and we can't understand them.
Right.
It's like,
Get pranked, you got molested.
what if like, you know those tattoos that fucking e-thought bitches get of like the green guy, regular fucking basic ass alien?
Yeah.
What I wonder if
Yeah.
like that it ever happened to where like someone actually had that tattoo, they got abducted, and then the aliens were like, "Bro, this bitch knows Jerry. That's fucking Jerry, dude.
Dude, that's fucking Jerry.
That's fucking Jerry."
Bro, but okay, so
Just
you
make
guys
them their
remember the movie
queen.
Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you guys ever thought about okay, so in the movie he says something about the human race being drip-fed images of his face, so that way when they actually do come in contact with aliens, we don't freak out and think, what the fuck is that?
Right.
Have you ever thought that, like, maybe that could be true?
It is true, dog.
I highly do not doubt that. Or there was another TV show, I don't remember what, or I don't know if it was a
believe
TV
that
show or a
shit.
movie, but they said they changed their true form to like what we all know to be like that, so that we didn't freak out when we saw what they actually looked like.
I
That could be a
don't
possibility
know what
too.
you're talking
There's all
about, but
kinds of
that
types
could
of
be a
shit, dog.
possibility.
I don't know what
Halos.
TV show it is,
They're
but
shapeshifters?
Hey, and another
Right.
thing I gotta ask about aliens, bro. We have the technology, man. We got the UFOs. Obviously, the government has them, bro. They have like a couple.
bro,
of them.
Tesla. You already know Tesla is alien technology.
Right. Okay, so if we
Yo.
have the shit,
Yeah,
apparently
don't
one of
fan.
them was a crashed UFO. Apparently they were like working on one, like medically type shit. Man, could you imagine some shit?
Man.
Imagine being the surgeon to do that, to work on them and shit, bro. Do you know how much your salary would be? Probably fucking
Oh,
nuts.
how much they'd have to? They'd either have to pay me
Insane, dog.
buco to keep quiet, or they just kill you. They, honestly, I feel like they would just
no,
kill him
they'd
afterwards.
be paying you buco, and then as soon as you got fired, they'd either wipe your memory or fucking kill you.
Right.
High
I'll tell
key.
you, just kill you.
Fucking Men in Black, the denualizer shit.
Or
Yeah.
just
No, they probably
retire and
just
live at
fucking
the
drip
place.
feed you acid like a morphine drip
High
until
key.
your brain was fucking liquid.
Gets back into MK Ultra, dog. Gets back into it.
Yeah, when you have 150 hits of fucking acid in your water supply, yeah, you're.
yeah. It's fucking nuts. I cannot imagine. Like,
To hop in the shower, bro, just tripping for like
Oh
12
my-
hours
Just
straight.
trip
You'd probably be
balls,
like,
dude.
what the fuck just happened, bro? Well, you wouldn't even be able to. You'd
That's-
probably be dead at that point. You'd
here's
probably,
what's
your brain would be
crazy.
fried.
At what point? Well, there's a dude who tripped for like 3 years on that liquid LSD that he was in a
That's
sting with.
nuts.
Yeah.
That's
At what
so
point do you just start?
nuts.
What point do you start accepting the acid trip as reality? And then when you come down, then you're tripping. Like when reality comes back to you, you're like, "This is a trip, dog. Where's my homie, the Dragon Bob, dude? What the fuck?"
Okay. At some
Where's
point,
Bob? Where's Jerry?
Right, where's the
at a
homie
certain
Jerry?
point. Okay, are you talking about the FBI agent that got in
Yeah.
his cut?
Yeah.
Okay, so at a certain point, that would have been so intense. Like he would have started tripping immediately, and then
Oh yeah.
he would have been tripping for that entire time. He probably would have started freaking out, and they probably would have put him in a medically induced coma because of it. So he was
See, I
probably
was thinking
out for
either-
that entire time.
I was thinking either medically induced coma or like a sensory deprivation tank. One of the two.
That is
Because
true.
there's no way he could like his heart wouldn't be okay with it. Like he would be tripping so fucking hard. He'd have a heart attack.
Yeah, he would definitely
yeah.
have a heart attack.
It'd be so goddamn intense.
That's crazy, dog.
Have
That's
any of you
nuts.
guys actually tried acid?
I have
Just you.
Nope.
Okay, let me just tell you. Even just taking a single hit of acid is like, it like melts your fucking brain. When you get into the peak of an acid trip, you like literally can't comprehend what's going on around you. You're just fucking, you're like a baby just sitting there staring around. You're like,
dog.
I've been there when you and the homie J. Cole's fucking like literally became one. You're like, Josh
Yeah,
looked at
dude.
me. He's like, "You have to leave the room." I'm like, "Okay."
most
I didn't even
most
ask questions.
insane trip I've ever had in my life right there. I had an out of body experience where I literally like watched the worst parts of myself fall away and die.
You went through
What
ego
the
death, didn't you?
fuck, dog?
Yeah,
Sounds hot.
it's called ego death, and it was the most crazy experience I've ever had in my life.
Dude.
It's honestly like, actually, this is a good
Fascinating.
transition because I've been wanting to talk about this because we touched on LSD a while back, but now that we have someone who has actually like fucking studied this shit, because I've trip set with corn cob a bunch, but I've never actually done it because I've never been in the right mindset to do it.
Right.
It is a very emotional drug.
Yeah.
You can have swings, and small things can sway you into a bad trip, and you do not want to have a bad trip. You want to
Yeah,
make sure
it's-
that you are in a good mindset and you are around people that you trust if you want to do it around people, and you need to do it in a comfortable environment.
And after you're 18, we do not
Oh
condone
no,
LSD.
like after you're like 21.
You hear that,
But-
FBI man?
We don't like acid. Well, you can do shrooms though. So yeah, like fucking.
God.
It's definitely not a recreational drug, in my opinion. It's definitely something like, it's very therapeutic. It can be, especially with the ego death factor, because I don't know if you noticed it, but after that trip, like you were a completely different person. You weren't a little cunt anymore, is what I'm saying.
Savage, dog. Okay, well, if acid is that intense when you just take a tab, and
Can you imagine being fucking
3
drip-fed that shit?
years, bro, 3 years he was on it. If it was intense, if that was strong enough and pure enough to create a 3-year trip, imagine how strong the effects were, dog. I bet it was nuts.
Oh,
Oh,
Like-
insane.
I bet you that's where you actually start getting visuals of things that aren't actually there.
Yeah, that's where you start
Actually,
hallucinating
definitely,
easy.
dog, Definitely, definitely.
Russian sleep experiment.
Right.
See, that's the one thing that
Oh
MK
my
I was
Ultra.
really,
MK
really
Ultra.
disappointed about with acid, because I was always under the impression of it being like the movies, like you seeing like cartoons and shit like that.
Right.
And the only time I ever got that, which tells me that I didn't get pure acid, I was at the buddy J. Cole's house, and it was me, B, Sully, J. Cole's, and I want to say D White. It was D White, yeah. And we were all in the living room with a bunch of fucking glow sticks and shit, just having fun. And I was laying on the ground just like looking up at the ceiling, and I rolled over and looked at B. And have you guys ever played the Wii game, the Mario baseball game?
Nah,
It's
I
like
haven't.
Mario Super Sluggers or some shit like that.
I think I
Okay,
know
well,
what you're talking about. Are you
there's
talking about
like this.
like the Wii characters that you use for the fucking
Baseball
game?
shit.
Yeah.
No,
It's just
it
that,
was
but
a
Mario.
yeah, it was like a fucking Mario game, and you had to like battle Bowser in different baseball games and shit. It was weird, but there was this
Right.
little skeleton dude that was one of Bowser's minions, and I looked over at B,
Oh.
and he was one of those,
What
and I
the
was like,
fuck?
what the fuck?
That's funny, dog.
I was
Well,
like, it's
didn't you
crazy.
guys say you had like some like very low hallucinations on SAS that time out at your house?
No, that shit was whack.
Was
Shit's
it?
terrible. Not even. It literally wasn't worth the money that he spent on it. I'm glad I didn't pay anything for it.
That shit, like, you guys were done tripping within probably 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
a
not even
short
that
lasting
long.
one, but it was really powerful. Like,
Yeah,
it
you
didn't
said
do
when you
much,
peaked, the visuals, like
like,
those posters, you said the
yeah, the
fucking, that one
posters that
poster was a
Josh
nipple.
brought, yeah, it was poking out. It looked like a fucking cone nipple, straight up.
That's funny as fuck, dog.
That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that shit is pretty
Um,
intense. What about
Mango.
ayahuasca? I didn't mean to talk
I've
about
never
Never heard
done
of that.
ayahuasca.
See,
That shit
you have to go to
sounds way
South
too
America to
intense.
get it, dog. Exact, because you
I
have to
don't
get the
even want
ayahuasca
to.
vines, and you gotta mix with the leaves that has
Nah.
DMT. Bro, edible version of fucking, oh my gosh, bro, of DMT.
I would just do DMT.
DMT
What,
sounds
lasts
rough,
5 to
dude.
15 minutes. That's how long DMT lasts,
Yeah.
but it's crazy. Ayahuasca lasts
Yeah,
hours,
it
like
sounds,
6 hours.
bro. It sounds like what's that shit? Fucking I can't remember the name of it. Hold up, I'll be right back.
All right, bet.
So I'll be right back.
But
No, I'm down to do psychedelics, but I want to do something more natural, like shrooms.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ayahuasca, it's DMT leaves mixed with the ayahuasca vine, and
I don't know, that
it's
sounds so
intense,
intense,
dog.
dog.
It lasts like 6 hours, but and
Bro.
that's another thing, bro. Go ahead, Gordon.
Have you ever heard of salvia?
Yeah, bro.
Fucking salvia, dude.
Yeah,
Bro,
I heard that's
okay,
pretty
so
crazy.
one of my homies from high school was telling me about this one time he did salvia, and he fucking he started like tripping and thinking that he was a fence post in the middle
A
of
fence
a
post,
field.
yep. I remember that.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep, I know who that was too. Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Fuck,
that's.
PK, dude, that shit was hilarious.
He thought he was a fence, bro.
Well, you remember that
Fucking
story?
fence.
That story from that dude who does the YouTube videos we always watch. He's the bald guy who always does like the acid
Psych
trip
Oh,
shit.
substance.
yeah,
Psych
psych
substance,
substance.
yep.
That dude's a G.
He said he took salvia and like he took it with his friends. He took a little hit and then he went to go like get a cigarette out of his ear, and it took him like 4 days in his mind to get his fingers up to his ear to grab the cigarette. And then as soon as he grabbed it, it just stopped. Like the high just quit. He came down instantly. He's like, and his buddy, like, it was all slow-mo because he looked over to his buddy. His buddy hadn't even taken the hit yet, but he was like, it took me forever to get my hand
That's
all the way.
nuts,
Someone's
dude.
breathing in the mic. Please stop.
It's alright.
Thank
I
you.
mean, my bad.
But yeah, no,
My
it's
bad.
crazy. It's insane.
That is nuts, dog.
I'm just cool with a little marijuana. Speaking of, Corncob, you got anything ready?
Anything ready? Yeah, I got my cart sitting in front of me.
All right,
Do I
let's
need
hit
to
it.
get some of the green?
I'm gonna hit a cart if you want to hit a cart.
We'll talk
Bet.
up, boys. You already know.
All right.
The homie Jay, bro. He did acid one time, and he was telling me he was laying on a pillow, and his face was in the pillow, like he was laying like face into it, kind of thing.
Face down.
Yeah. And he said his face started melting, and he became one with the pillow, kind of thing.
Jeez.
Could you imagine, bro?
On what? What was he on?
It was acid.
Oh,
Drop
dude.
the tab. Yeah.
I heard a story. I don't know who told it. It may have been on
My
a
bad.
podcast actually,
It's all good.
but someone was on like 4 hits of no, it was some shrooms. They were on like 4 grams of shrooms, and they tucked their arms into their shirts, and then tucked their head into the shirt, and he just screamed. He's like, "Whoa!" And the other dude was like, "What?" And he's like, "I turned into a cube. I'm a cube. I'm a cube." It was fucking hilarious.
What the fuck?
Do
Boy
you
turned into
remember?
a cube.
He straight morphed into a cube, homie. He's a transformer, Tesseract type shit.
That's funny.
Corn Cob, do you remember? I don't remember. I think you and Jay Coles were tripping. I know I was stoned as fuck, and we got into Vive and got into that program with like the paint, and there was that one we preloaded.
My fucking god!
It was so. What was the one? What was it called? What was that program called? Do you remember?
I have no idea. All I know is I made the most amazing portal
It was
to look at,
dope.
tripping
He
your
put
nuts off.
he put me into it, and I was stoned, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like I didn't
Bro,
want to look at it too
imagine
long.
tripping on 3 hits of double dipped. So 6 hits technically.
600, pretty much 600 mics, wasn't it?
I think that's what it is. I don't fucking know. I
Jeez,
don't
dog.
Roughly 600 mics, and the
Damn.
threshold dose is 75 to 100.
And I fucking, like, I'm literally just sitting there just, like, swirling my arms around just with, like, different colors and shit, just fucking
Watching
going crazy.
him was hilarious, because he's just throwing he's on a corded Vive, and I'm like, he's gonna get wrapped up in the cords and fall down, and I can't do anything
Never did.
because no, he didn't. I was couch locked, and I'm like, I can't save him. If he gets Indiana Jonesed up in that fucking web of cords, he's just on the ground. I can't help him. And he's fucking swirling his arms like fucking Picasso, just. And then he stands and he looks at it, and somehow looks directly where I'm at on the couch and says, "Come look at this right now."
Yeah, bro, that was
What?
some Sixth Sense shit. I literally saw you through the Vive right there.
It was fucking hilarious. And then we got that one where it was like, it was a preset someone already painted, and we loaded it up on the Vive, and it was like a shark. You were in a boat, like you just looked in it because it's like 360, you're in the painting. And you see the painting like you're in the boat, and like you can walk through the boat, and then I'm in it first, and I hear Josh say, "Look down." And I look down, and there's like a giant fucking shark eating the boat, and I'm like, "Oh fuck." It was just
Yeah.
jumping up through the boat.
That's dope.
That I wish I knew that fucking program, because that shit, excuse me, is dope.
I'll text J. Coles and see if he knows.
Hit him up. And I also remember being really stoned playing Arizona Sunshine the first time. It was
That's
the first
the
time I
zombie
ever
game,
played a
right?
Vive. Yeah. And this was what was crazy. He fucking, I don't know. It was probably just because I was stoned. But at the very beginning of Arizona Sunshine, a zombie's head rolls towards you and then hits your boot. I felt like something like hit my foot. So I looked down. I was like, "Oh, it's a zombie head." I went to go touch the head, and I was pointing towards the hair, and J. Cole's had shag carpet in his game room. I touched that shag carpet and fucking screamed. I'm like, "I can feel the zombie's hair!" I fucking jumped back and shit. They had to take me out of the Vibe because I was like, "It's too much right now. It's fucking too much."
Damn, bro.
That shit was a dope ass. I love
Boy
the Vibe. I
touched
will
the
get one
carpet.
soon.
Thought he was touching a zombie. That's funny as fuck.
I thought felt so real, dude, and my hands were cold. So like when I touched the bottom of the floor, like past the shag carpet, it felt like cold skin, like dead zombie skin. Oh, dude, no. It was so bad.
This boy. That's funny.
I've got a topic for you guys. Have you guys ever lucid dreamed?
Yes,
No, but I
haven't.
want to.
I have not.
it's so all right. If anybody
Yeah,
wants to
I
lucid dream right now, I can like. There's an artist called Marconi Union, and a song that's actually a four-part song, but the first one is probably the best one. It's called Weightless Part 1. Every time I listen to that
10-hour
song,
version?
yeah,
The
the
one that
10-hour
Josh
version
used
on
to
a loop.
put on to go to
Yep.
sleep?
Explain lucid
listened to
dreaming
that-
though, real quick. Explain that. What is that?
Corn Cob, you take it because I explain it kind of fucky.
Okay, so lucid dreaming is basically having control of what can happen in your dream. You think of a certain thing as your trigger to like know that you are lucid dreaming. Like in the show American Dad, it's kind of a shitty example, but Steve is lucid dreaming, and he uses a red ball bouncing by as his trigger, and it's basically something like that. It could be a noise or something.
Mine is always pinching myself. You know, they say if you pinch yourself, like if you're having a bad dream, just pinch yourself and you know you're dreaming. When I'm actually able, that was a weird fucking thing. When I'm actually able to pinch myself in my dream and like know that I'm pinching myself, I'm like, oh, this is lucid dream. I have full control over this bitch. And then whatever is freaking me out in front of me, I just like snap my fingers and it's gone.
Just slap that hoe.
Yeah, I'm just like, fuck off.
Dick out slapping it in his face.
But and in honestly,
Wow.
like in all honesty, the nights that I get lucid sleep, best sleep of my life. Absolute
Yeah, I
best.
feel you, dude. This one time I was lucid dreaming and I had this dream that I was I was in the zombie apocalypse, and I literally was just I saw the trigger and I was like, bro, and I just fucking pulled out this like big ass flaming sword and just started going ham.
That's
That's
great.
the best part about lucid dreaming. I always remember my lucid dreams.
I can remember almost every single one. Sorry, I just took a drink. And it went down the wrong pipe. But like,
Some,
I remember there was one. Do
stoner
you remember the one
ASMR
that
real quick.
Josh
Hold up.
told us about? Go ahead.
That boy dipped. Or something.
Nah, he's hitting it. Stoner
Oh, he's
ASMR.
ripping it? Bro, I would.
No, that was the grinder.
What the fuck? Whoever just hit
I
that
couldn't hit
ear
it.
raped us, Loki.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Nah,
Only for a
fucking
second on a zipper.
Right.
Josh had one that it was so intense it made him take his first tea break. Do you remember that, Corn Cob?
Oh yeah.
He had one. He was in his house and he was laying in his room, but his house was mirrored. Like it was the exact opposite type shit.
Wait, what do you
And
mean?
he like it was like, so you know his bed's on the east side of his house.
Okay, yeah,
in
you
his
got me
dream,
fucked
his
up
bed was
with
on the
same
west side.
directions.
You know where the pool is?
Yeah.
His bed's usually on the wall where the pool is.
Yeah.
Everything was flipped. So like his
How
bed
would
was
he
on the
get in
side of
his
the gate.
closet?
I don't know. Everything was completely flipped. Like everything was on the exact opposite side. He said it was all mirrored. And then he said he heard a rumble, and then he went and grabbed his mom and walked outside, and an atomic bomb had just dropped on PC. And he saw the blast come towards him, but then right as it got to his gate, it went over his gate and over his entire house like there was a fucking dome shield. But he like saw people outside of the dome shield like burning and crying and shit and begging for help, and he couldn't let them in. And then he just woke up.
Damn.
Dude,
He had
that-
full control of his
Sounds
body. He was talking to the people on the other side of the shield, and he remembered everything that he probably still remembers it. I don't know.
that is
Haven't
scary,
asked him
bro.
about it.
That's
He's
an
like,
intense
that-
ass dream.
He looked it up and he's like, it was lucid dreaming, but the darkness of it was brought on by so much pot smoking and shit. So that made him take his first tea break.
Right.
Or his biggest tea break, probably. It was probably like a year or some shit. Because he had
It
taken
was
one
like a
before I met
month.
him.
What are you talking
Was it?
about?
I don't know. I don't do
And
time
no,
well.
he didn't.
But it was.
Bro, literally from the time Josh started smoking, he smoked all the way up until his first
Well, you remember that
tolerance
time he buried his shit? He took a tea break then.
break. Yeah, that was his first tolerance break. He buried
Yeah.
it for literally a month. And then
Oh.
when we pulled it out, it all had mold on it, so we literally just threw it away.
And we've smoked moldy weed before, huh, Corn Cob? I've told that story on this podcast.
I know, it was moldy keef.
Moldy Keef.
Mmm. I got
Yummy,
high as
yummy.
fuck, and I
I
think
thought
a
I was
lung
Flash
infection.
Gordon. Fucking shut.
No,
It was so
no, no,
fucked.
No. That's Halloween night. You're thinking of a different time.
Halloween night was when we smoked the Keef.
Yeah, that was the keef, not the moldy
Yeah.
keef. The moldy
Oh, was
keef
it not?
at the shop.
That's right. I just call it moldy Keef because it was like fucking 20 years old. Your dad was
No,
like,
it
"Oh,
was-
I've had this in here forever."
It was literally just a bunch of shit.
Oh,
I don't
it fucked
fucking
me
know.
up. It fucked me straight up.
I literally just scraped the fuck out of his grinder and he's like, alright, let's smoke this.
It was wild. I don't remember even much from the night of the moldy Keef in the shop. Probably just went to bed, low-key.
You're like, bro, I'm out.
There were a couple times when we were out at J. Cole's house that I was like, nah, intense, sleep, bye. And then I'd go watch fucking Netflix.
Bro, we used to get high out there.
Stupid high. And drunk. Remember the fucking, what was it? Tito's
Project
and
B.
sweet tea? Oh, Project B. Dude, one of these days we'll have to tell that story. But
Right now.
I think it's
Let's go.
Why
cursed.
don't you just tell
You
it
wanna
now,
try?
dog? Tell it
You
now.
think?
Tell that shit now. I
We'll
want
try it.
Let's do it.
We'll try it.
Alright.
We've done this twice. We've uploaded Project B twice. Once with just me, once with me and Corn Cob, and both of them have been fucking train wrecks. But let's go.
Okay,
All right,
no,
Corn
the
Cob.
Try
one
to
that-
keep
the
it.
one-
Try to
the
keep
first
it in
one we
order,
did
y'all.
here-
Keep it in order, though.
Alright.
It's
I
so
will.
it was a crazy fucking night. Like that's how hard it's really
I
hard to keep it in
remember
order.
the timeline pretty well.
Start from I went out, or I'll start from fucking. All right.
Do you
I
want to
went
start
to go
from
hang out
making the jungle juice? or do you
Before
wanna
then,
start
before
from
then,
us
Friday.
getting there?
Friday. I came out.
The day
we
before?
fucking yeah.
Oh.
We had. Was that the night we had the bourbon and shit? That nasty ass bourbon.
No, the fucking night before is the fucking night that B Club made me take a shot of straight Everclear, dude.
Yes. And then
Oh my god. That shit hurts.
I don't remember much from that night. But the next morning, I remember we didn't eat anything. Like, I had a chimichanga.
We were
at, like,
literally
8
eating cheese balls all day.
Yeah, that's all we had. So we started drinking at what? Probably,
Like 11.
yeah. So from 11 till like 6 in the morning the next day, all we had was a chimichanga and a barrel of cheese balls each. I
Two
still to
barrels.
this day have not, yeah, that's why I said
Oh,
each.
Sorry.
I still to this day have not eaten a single cheese ball. I can't. It makes me fucking sick.
I have. They're still so good, homie.
I can't do it. I'll eat Cheetos, but cheese puffs and cheese balls make me sick because I puked orange all over my lap. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So, start with
Hey, wait.
how Sully hit you up.
Okay, hold up. The app that we were on Josh's Vive is Tilt Brush.
Tilt brush. That shit
Yeah.
is fire. Go check it out if you're watching,
Okay,
especially if you're tripping.
how Sully hit me up? What do you mean?
Because I remember we were just sitting there in the front room. I think we were watching Insidious or something. It was early in the morning, probably because you always woke me up at like 10 or 11. And he just hit you up, and then I remember you like being on the phone, and I kind of like wasn't paying attention to you at all. And then you just look over me and say, "Hey, you want to go to a party tonight?" I'm like, "Sure." And so from then on, like everything just increasingly got crazy. We went to town. We were chilling at Sully's.
We went to pick up some bud from Sully for the
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
And then we were just chilling there, and he was like, "Just put your shit away. I'll smoke with you out of this, because you're obviously gonna smoke with us later tonight." I was
Right.
like,
We went to
bet."
Mike Pancake's dad's house because he was there and picked up from him.
Yeah, because he was
Yeah.
out. That's right. I forgot about that.
And then went back, and then we vaped. We used his vaporizer, which didn't affect y'all,
table
but got
vape,
me
that shit-
stoned.
Shit was stupid.
I don't know why it got me so. Probably because I hadn't smoked in a long time before, but
Honestly,
it got me
why are we starting from
fucked up.
so far back? Let's start
I
from
just want to tell
fucking-
the whole story, and because it leads into me getting really high, and then we go into Walmart, and then we saw fucking the English teacher.
We're getting cheese balls and
Yeah.
shit, and we see Miss Marsh.
And she
That's
walks up to
right.
me, and I'm stupid, and she can tell immediately.
It's because you were with me and Sully, dude. She loved me and Sully.
Yeah. Well, she loved me too, and she even showed me her like weed in the fucking other shop too. But she knew immediately. She just started laughing and said, "You guys be safe." Blah 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 blah. But she walked up and like, I guarantee you, she smelled it on it because that shit. I was dumb.
Oh, bro,
I don't know about y'all.
we never cared about putting cologne on, dude. We
No.
gassed up and we walked out smelling like gas.
Immediately. All right, take over from there because this is where I'm losing track. I remember bits when you
Okay.
start talking about it.
So, we get the cheese balls and stuff at Walmart, and then we head over to J. Cole's house. And then, B shows up. No,
No,
B doesn't
no.
get there till way later. Never mind. Whoa.
I was
Who
already
showed up
2
with
sheets to the
Alk?
wind.
Who showed up with Alk early?
Ty had Red Stag.
No. I'm talking like literally before the party started. Who showed up with some of the Alk to get for the jungle juice? Was
We
that
got it
Stein?
all. We got it. Well, Stein had Jaeger, and then
Somebody.
Josh had JD in the freezer, and then Ty had
No,
Red Stag.
we had somebody pick up. Like we went and got like fucking 3 bottles of vodka, like
2 gallons of
4 bottles
vodka,
of orange
one.
juice.
It was 2 gallons of
Uh,
vodka, a fifth of Burnett's,
we
two
got
bottles of
some
Sunny D.
orange vodka too, or some shit like
The
that.
Burnett's was orange cream or some shit.
Yeah, we got 2 bottles of the orange cream
You're
brunettes. We got
right.
2 bottles of just regular vodka. We had we had a bottle of Everclear in there,
Yeah,
and then we
someone
had a
showed up
bunch
with
of
the
just orange
Everclear.
juice. That was B Cloud. He left it there from the night before and just told us
Yeah,
to throw it
yeah.
in there. And then
And then a bunch of orangies, little orangies, or little
yeah,
cuties,
little
whatever they're called.
cuties. And so we had like we
Orgies.
threw all this into a big ass Yeti, and then like we like a couple of people like the few of us that were there mixing it up and shit, we all took
All
a
took a
cup and
cup.
tasted it, and bro, this was the most stout shit you have ever tasted in your life. I swear to God, this shit could have lit on fire. I promise you.
I swear to God it was flammable. Because we only had. Alright, so as a kicker, we had 2 gallons of Sunny D, 2 gallons of homemade orange juice Kool-Aid, and then we didn't have any water in it when we first tried it. And then we put 2 more gallons of water in it, and it was still pretty fucking stout.
We ended up putting 5 gallons of water in it to make it like bearable to drink.
Yeah, so we could get it down our fucking gullet without third-degree burns.
All right, so as soon as we get the ratio mixed out after the taste testing and stuff is where Kirk loses his memory.
That's because we start
Grizzly,
smoking.
no, you were already that drunk.
Yeah, because
Because
they
we
were
started
passing around the
drinking
JD.
the Red Stag and stuff, because that's when people
Yeah.
started showing up. And Ty had the Red Stag, the JD, the Jaeger, all that
And
shit
then
was getting
me,
passed around. People were getting cups. We were smoking already. Dude,
yeah,
we
me
were
and the
already
Hispanic
getting
kid put
so
down like,
fucked up.
because he had a piece. We were passing
His
the
name was
low, but he
Gabe.
had a. There you go, Gabe. Thank you. I've been wanting his name for forever. But we were passing around the low, and it like got to the red couch, and we were over by the fridge. And he looks at me, and he's like, "How long's it been over by the couch?" And I was like, "Dude, I have no idea. I'm drunk." And he's like, "You want to just pass this bowl back and forth real quick?" So we roasted like 4 grams out of his little bowl before the low even got back to me.
God
And
damn.
so, yeah. So when the low got to me, I just got done hitting his pipe. I handed it back, and the low's like in my face. I'm like, "Oh fuck. All right, sure." And then I hit it, and then I handed it, and then Josh called me over for something. Oh, because he brought out the JD. And I went over to Josh, and then I like fucking zoned out. Like I was just standing there next to Josh, just fucking staring at the ground. Because I was done then. I should have stopped then, but then I hit a fucking second wind as soon as we started taking, because it was still light outside. So I'm like, fuck it, I still have time to party.
Oh yeah, it was just now sunset. We were just now about to go down to that party spot. Like literally nothing was even set up down there yet.
No.
And then after after we get done pre-gaming with the few people that had showed up, uh, we just tell people to start showing up, and when like the first group of people gets there, we go open the gate and we head to the back, and we take a table for beer pong, the Kubota for light, and just some chairs and shit to sit on. And
Right.
we go down there, and then we had picked out this spot earlier in the day, and it was right down on a dry creek bed, so it was all rocks and shit, so we wouldn't catch anything on fire because we had a fire.
Right.
And oh God, I'm just trying to think
See,
of
yeah.
what all to talk about because there's so much shit that I could think
Yeah,
of.
there's so much shit we're blacking out on here because I'm iffy on remembering it. I remember going down there, helping set
Bro,
up.
the trek down there was crazy. I
It felt like
remember
it lasted forever, but it's like maybe a mile from the shop.
it's
Maybe.
not like
Not
maybe
even.
like maybe a half mile, and then it's just a long ass walk from where we parked all the vehicles and shit to
I
get
remember
down there.
me and one other person were walking, passing a joint while we're walking down the
That was me, you, and
embankment.
Josh.
Yeah, I fell like 3 times on that embankment, and I knew in my head right there, I was like, this embankment's gonna kill me tonight.
Oh
And it
yeah,
almost did
dude.
later on in the party.
That was late though.
Yeah, that was
Fucking
late. That's when B Cloud showed up. We
yeah,
were
we were
so
going up there to
fucked
get
up.
him. Okay,
Before this, man, it was his
hold up. No, no, no.
birthday.
We're jumping. We're jumping. We gotta get back to the beginning.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so we're going
Keep that
down there. We
timeline,
set
y'all.
everything up, and more and more people are showing up now. So we're like, all right, let's start getting fucked up. We start drinking heavier. Start playing beer pong. I'm holding the table for a while. Let me brag for
Me
a
and you held the
second.
table for a minute.
I had that shit for a while, and then I got off the table, and oh, this is this is where things got a little spicy for your boy Grizz over there.
Hold on, hold on. We missed a couple of things in there. 'Cause he
What?
he got off the table and then I stopped and he was back on the table and I was sitting over there just chilling with people by the fire
Oh,
and
that's
I
when I
was
was playing
sitting
with
on the
Josh.
yeah, 'cause
Dude,
that's
he
when I
got
started playing
so
with
fucked up. We were in the middle of a game and he just like leans back against this tree that was behind us and he goes, "Man, I can't play anymore." And just fucking sits down. So I have to play this game solo. I fucking
so
lost. I was mad.
right. So I'm sitting on the ice chest that has the cowboy Kool-Aid in it. And so when my drink gets about half empty, I'm just filling it up. So I'm like, I've only had like 2 cups, maybe 3 cups. I'm just filling this cup up for about an hour. And then before this happens, before you're talking about the fucking ping pong match, that's when we go up and get B. Because me and B held the table for about 30 to 45 minutes before that happened. So we go to walk up and I'm smoked. Someone gave me a Newport menthol. Ugh.
Oh, I remember
Ugh.
that.
I had like
He
3. I had,
smoked it and then he was like, "Who let me have a Newport
yeah,
menthol?"
I smoked one down to the bud and tossed it, and then I tasted it in my mouth. I was like, "Who the fuck gave me a Newport menthol?" And Corncob looks and says, "You have 2 more," and I was like, "Fuck it." So I pulled the other one out and lit it, and then we go and I think J. Cole's come down and says B's here. So me, Corncob, and Jay go up to get B,
Oh
and
shit. Okay, yeah.
I've got
And
a. Go ahead.
we're all walking up the embankment and we've all got a cup and I had a second one for B because he just showed up
He
and
just
we
got
get
off
up.
work.
Yeah, he had just got off work on his birthday and we're walking up the embankment and didn't you fall?
Yes, so we're walking up the embankment. I've got a Newport menthol in my left hand and a cup in my right hand, and I'm like, I should have a hand in case I fall, because this bitch has already made me fall like 3 times. So I put the cigarette in my mouth, and I made it up the first little incline, and I completely forgot about the second one. I looked over at Corncob and Jay, and I'm like, didn't get me this time. And as I'm saying that, I step in onto the second embankment, smack down on my fucking face. And didn't spill my drink. Didn't smell my drink. Not a single drop. But I couldn't find my cigarette, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, I don't want to burn Josh's fucking place down. So I'm looking for the cigarette, and then I start coughing and like
This
hacking
nigga
shit up.
burps and smoke comes
Smoke.
out.
What
This
the
nigga
fuck?
swallowed the entire cigarette, bro.
You
I
swallowed it?
swear, dead ass hands to God, bro. He swallowed
Dude,
this
how the fuck
cigarette.
did you swallow that shit? Wouldn't that shit burn, boy?
I
And you didn't
hit-
feel
I don't
it?
know.
Bro,
No, I was so fucking
he
drunk.
sucked in so hard when his face
Even
hit
if you
that,
were
like,
drunk.
it pushed and he sucked and it
Yeah, I
just
just
went
went,
straight down.
Because I gasped when because I honestly thought I was in the clear, dude. I thought I was good, and then I tripped, and I'm like, and I guess when
He
I
thought he was
fucking
going
breathed
over
in,
That
the
boy
edge,
inhaled a
'cause,
cigarette.
like right to our left, there was a big old gap that like dropped like 7 or 8 feet into
Yeah.
where the creek actually was.
I thought I was
And
dead.
bro, that shit was so funny.
I fucking,
But
and then as the smoke comes out, and I was like, I just fucking ate a Mentos. They're all laughing, and then I've got Josh on my right, Corncob on my left, and we're just walking like I got my arms over there,
Okay.
fucking. We're just the
do
bestest
you
of
want to know
bros.
how we actually like 100% confirmed that he swallowed that cigarette?
I puked it out later, didn't I?
No, he shit it out 2 days later and sent me
Oh,
a
that's
picture of it.
right. I did.
Oh gosh.
He felt something
Damn.
scratch the side of his exit, and he fucking looked in, and he was like, "No way, there's the fucking butt," and he fucking sent me a picture of it, and I was like, "No way."
This boy's keister got scratched by a ciggy. What
I
the
did.
fuck?
It's straight up, dude. I completely forgot about it. I thought I puked it up later, but nah, I don't know how. I emptied my fucking stomach later. But anyway, so we get into the car, and this is about to date this story, because as soon as we get in the car, we start jamming out to Get Swifty, the Trap Nation remix.
Oh yeah!
Jeez.
I'm
Going-
thinking Swifty.
Going hard, and then
God.
they're doing shit in the front seat, because I'm like, let's just grab B and go down there and get drunk. And B's like,
Nah,
I
bro.
kind of
we
want to get drunk
hopped
before I
in,
go down there.
And we started drinking up there. We started smoking up there. We ended up
We were
hotboxing
passing-
the fucking beast.
We were passing the pizza, a
Yeah.
joint, and a CBD vape, as well as cups. Cups were being passed too. Like,
Oh yeah,
I had
'cause
my
he
cup in
had
my
a-
hand, and then I
he
got
had
another
a cup
cup.
of something, you had a cup of something, and I had a cup of something, and we were just all taking drinks of it. We were fucking getting fucked up, smoking a shit ton. And dude, wasn't Pup in the back biting the shit out
Yeah,
of you every time we
Every
passed you the
time,
pipe?
yeah. Because it would go B in the driver's seat, Corn Cob in the front passenger seat, and then I was in the back. And every time Corn Cob would go to pass me something, I'd grab it, and B would take a fucking chunk out of my arm and hold on until I bent down, took a hit, and blew it in her ear, and then she'd let go, and then she'd look at me and have her tongue out, and then I'd fucking take another hit, and I'd pass it to B, and every time I'd go to hit, like, it was scary, because when I'd get the pizza, she'd bite so, like, viciously, I thought I was gonna spill all the fucking blood out of it. I was like, fuck, dog, chill! So yeah, she would sit there and latch onto my arm until I would blow smoke at her because she was a fucking pot addict.
Oh, bro, we killed that dog's brain. That dog is
Easy.
brain dead because of
Easy.
us. I guarantee it.
And I remember at one point in
Y'all
time, it
really
wasn't
got
Get
your
Swifty.
fucking dog. Really,
That was
yo.
B. That was B.
You haven't
That
done
was
that?
all
No.
B.
Bro, listen.
He
He wanted more.
literally-
He knew what he dude. He wanted
Yeah,
more from
he
you. Are you
knew.
fucking
He knew what it
kidding me?
was. That was
He's
all.
like,
Because B would
"I
sit there
wanna
and
get
smoke with the
lit."
dog.
Yeah,
would sit
we
there and just-
fucking-
Yo, that's a dope ass companion though. Your dog to get stoned with you. That's fucking cool.
Except for he was a dickhead.
yeah, it
She,
was pretty
whatever it
bad.
was. She was a
she was
fucking cunt
bitch. Dude, she was a bitch.
Damn.
to everybody except for B. Unless you had
Oh, no,
pot
she
and
was
then
a
she was
bitch
cool
to
with you.
him, too.
Oh, true. But
fucking
I remember at one point in
hilarious.
time, I think we were jamming out to All Time Low or by 2 Feet or Fuck
I
Yourself.
don't
It was
remember
It was
any
another
music
Trap
listening to
Nation. It was another Trap
Bro,
Nation song,
I
and we
remember
started
listening
going.
to Timmy Turner up there.
Yes, that's what it was. It was Timmy Turner. It wasn't Trap Nation. Timmy Turner. First time I ever heard it, fucking banger. We almost flipped the beast, high key, because we were going back and forth and shit. We about flipped that bitch. And then Josh came up because I don't know what he did, because he walked up with us, but I don't know what he did like after we got in the beast, because he wasn't in the beast with us. But then he just comes up and knocks on Corn Cob's window. Corn Cob rolls down the window, and just the smoke hits him in the head. And I realized, oh, we've been hotboxing the beast this whole time. I'm
Bro, it was so
fucked.
hotboxed that when the smoke started rolling out, I had the pipe in my hand and I went to hand it to Jay, and it literally took until the smoke cleared for him to see the pipe and grab
Yeah,
it.
he had
Like, was
no
like,
idea.
dude, he could like see my arm like move, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Handing you the pipe, homie." And he was like, "I literally cannot see where it's at."
And then I remember him taking a hit, and then we all hopped out, and then we started walking down. I didn't fall on the way down. I stayed up.
Yes, you did. Don't lie.
Did I? I thought I was
First
holding on
hill.
to y'all. I thought I had B. I thought I had
First
B on the
hill.
left
Yeah,
and
you
you on the
were.
right, and you were holding me.
You took
I
B
still
down
fell?
with you.
Oh, fuck. That's not the first time B falls this night. And I don't remember. There was a little bit of time in between when we got back because fucking Bree Martin showed up, pregnant as fuck.
Oh, bro, hitting on you as fuck.
Dude. And I was so far, I was like, huh? And it started because she was sitting on the ice chest and my drink was empty because I fell and dropped it the second time. I was like, mind if I get a little, and her fucking boyfriend thing, the baby daddy was there. I was like, you mind if I get a little bit of that? And I was talking about the cooler. I wanted a cup, and
What
she's like, "You
the
can get a little bit of it
fuck?
anytime you want." I'm like, "Oh fuck, I'm in trouble now." And then the whole time, like for probably 10 to 15 minutes until B fucking rescued me, she was just sitting right next to me, just hitting on me like a motherfucker. And then B comes over and says, "Beer pong fucker, I'm getting caught up with you," because I guess everyone had deduced that I'm the most fucked up at the party, because I probably fucking was. And he's like, "I'm getting caught up with you," so I'm drinking out of a red Solo cup. He's drinking out of the boot, which is like 2 red Solo
Hey,
cups.
wait,
Oh
wait. Before
my-
you continue,
no, it's like
how many
2
people
and a
were at
half
the
cups.
party at this point?
Oh,
I don't
30
remember.
30 or so.
It seemed like a lot more, homie. It really did.
It wasn't really that many.
I don't know. To me, it seemed like a lot, but I was fucked up. But it was. I know it was a lot more than Josh wanted, because at one point Josh came up to me freaking out. He's like, "There's a lot of fucking people here." I was like, "It's okay.
It was because
We're
there
way
was a
off
lot
the
of people
road."
that he didn't invite.
He didn't invite.
We
Yeah, people
invited
started.
people, and he didn't really like know they were coming, and he was kind
And
of
then
pissed
people
about that.
invited friends too. Like, oh, we didn't even talk about old boy. What the fuck was his name? The one that took the log out in the woods.
Oh, Landon? It's because that didn't
Mhm.
happen yet. No.
Had it not, I
No.
remember that
We're-
better,
we're
so I
not
thought it
there
happened
yet.
earlier.
We're not that far yet.
Oh,
That's,
got you.
That's while you
So-
guys are playing beer pong.
No, I was right there at the fire when it happened because I laughed at him in his face.
No, you guys
So
took a
it was
break.
probably when-
No.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
were
yeah,
in the
yeah, you're
middle-
right, you're
You were
right.
in the middle of a win streak, and you took a break, and went over to the fire, and fucking Landon's standing there, and he's like, "Man, I want to go on an adventure." Because we're out in the middle of the fucking woods. So he literally just picks up a burning log out of the fire and takes off running into the woods.
That man,
No
he said,
one's with him. No one knows where he's going. The log had literally already gone out with flames. He was literally just carrying a log with embers running through the woods.
he said when we got, because he was there when we were pre-gaming in the shed, and he's like, "Man, I haven't smoked in a long time, and I've only been drinking beer and shit, so what do? We immediately give him the low and hard liquor, like, and he took like 1 hit, and then he drank a
He
little
could
bit
chew
more
on some
than,
stems and be higher than balls.
yeah, he was fucked up. So he was just chilling the whole night, like he was a statue the whole night until then. That's the first time I saw him move, and that was the last time I saw him that entire night. I was
That's
scared. I was like,
fucking
"That's the
nuts.
last time I saw
That
him
boy
since. I've
ran
never
off
seen that
into
man
the
since."
forest. Didn't see
He's
him for
living with
another
the wolves
hour.
now.
Wait, how long was
He's
he gone?
living with the wolves right now.
Like,
I
how
don't
many
know. I didn't
hours,
see him the rest of
bro?
the night.
The rest of the night, bro.
Corn cob, do you remember? Because I didn't see him the rest of the night.
Hold up, guys. I'm Britt and Chris are mine.
That boy straight up ran into the fucking forest with a log on fire, dog.
I think
what the fuck?
Josh told me, oh, sorry, I got hiccups. I think what Josh said was that someone ended up going after him, grabbing him, and putting him to bed. Like in a
fucking
truck or
hope
something.
so,
But
dude.
but I didn't see him the rest of the night, so in my head, as soon, like an hour passed, and I looked over at Gabe, and I'm like, "Where the fuck did Landon go?" And he's like, "Landon's gone." And he said it so straight
He's
faced. I'm
fucking
like,
gone.
"What?" He's like, "Landon's not with us anymore." I was like, "Landon died? What the
Okay,
fuck?"
So what are we talking about?
So what happened to Landon? Like, cause Gabe told me when Gabe, I don't know if I told you this, but when I was sitting there like an hour after he left, I asked Gabe where he was, and he said Landon's gone. I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said Landon's not with us anymore, and he meant like with us at the campfire, and I thought he
Yeah.
meant dead. I thought he meant he was dead. So
Okay,
I think
so
Josh
what
told me
happened
that
to
someone grabbed
Landon?
him.
Yeah, okay, so Matt, Landon, and fucking Logan all showed up together. And
Yeah.
Matt and Logan wanted to leave, and Landon was already getting like way too fucked up. So like when he ran off in the woods, somebody went and got him and brought him back, and they were like, "All right, we're gonna take this dude home." And they all left like immediately. They were literally there for like an hour, maybe an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
Yeah,
But-
it wasn't very long, but
Dude,
they were
okay,
fucking yeah.
the part that I want to talk about the most
I know,
is
we're
the
getting
beer
there.
pong, and
We're
it's
getting
it's
there.
right here. This is
Yes,
it.
we're here. So hold on.
This is it.
Me and B are sitting at the table, and he tells me, "I'm getting as fucked up as you. So for every drink you take, I'm taking 2. Since I have a double-sized cup, we'll be finished with our drink at the same time. We can go take a piss and fill up at the same time." So I'm like, "Dude, I'm so fucked up. We're about to get drunk." But we get on like a 15-game winning streak. Maybe drinking like 6 cups each game. So we're still getting fucked up, but not as fucked. And then he turns to me and he's like, Did he fall first, or did this happen first?
Oh, this happened first.
Okay.
This when he fell was while you were sitting
was
at
our-
the campfire looking at your lap.
No, when he fell, we were still playing, because it was our last game when he fell. It was our very last game, because that's when I went to go get him and I got dizzy and then I went to sit down. But so I think this happened first because we lost one and then we came back and tried to win and that was the last game after that. So we're playing against Gabe and Ty. Gabe is a Hispanic fellow. Ty is a Native American fellow.
It wasn't Gabe. It was some other guy.
Are you sure? I could have sworn it was Gabe.
No, it was another guy. It was another
well,
native
anyway.
guy.
It was, yeah, 2 native guys. And B looks at me and I'm like, "Are you getting drunk, dude? Because I want to go sit. Like, I'm tired of winning. I want to go sit down." And he fucking says this to me. He says, "No, we're going to win this game. We're going to take all these games. We're going to be on this table all fucking night. You do whatever you have to make them lose."
Okay, hey, can I interject right here real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and say at this point, B-Cloud and Kirk were fucking smashed.
Done. He had taken probably about, like I said, it was 6 or 7 cups a game of the boot. So that's 2 of my cups. So he caught up.
Maybe 3. No, 2.5, maybe 3 of your cup. It's
Yeah,
bigger
easily.
than 2 cups.
Easily. Because, yeah, it goes down into the boot and shit. So he had caught up to me. Because we'd been partying, like, way before, but I guarantee he caught up to me because we were both done. So he says, when he goes to shoot, just say some dumb shit and distract him. I'm like, "I got you." Oh my fucking.
Let me, please.
Go ahead.
Please,
Fucking
please.
go ahead.
Alright, so as this man Ty lines up to shoot, he picks up his arm, and the most, like, dumb shit Kirk could have said at this point. Drunk, stupid, ignorant, straight
The
up
dumbest
racist.
shit. Yeah.
He straight up says, "Hey Ty, show me your rain dance." This man
And then proceeds.
stops. No. Stops. Stares him dead in the eyes for about 15 seconds. Shoots and sinks it. And then just
to win
backs
the
up
game.
a little bit.
To win the game.
And just fucking stands there.
Damn, he
Looking
flexed on your
mad
ass,
as
boy.
fuck,
He
dude.
flexed
He's
on
so
your ass.
pissed. And as soon as I said, like, after I said it, I proceeded to, like, start the dance. So I look like a fucking monkey. And then he shoots, and I stop. And then I drop my arms, and I immediately look at B, and I was like, "I have to apologize. I have to," because, look, he wasn't a very big
I ran
dude.
up to you as soon as he hit the shot and said, "Go fucking apologize."
Yeah, I was saying it to B as you were saying it, because, look, this dude wasn't a big dude. This
But
is
he
how
could've
intimidating
beat
his, like,
the fuck out of you that night.
he's a tiny dude, I'm a bigger dude, and we were cool through the whole night. Like,
I
he gave
wouldn't
me the
say
red stack and
tiny.
shit.
He's fucking stocky.
He's skinny. He's skinny, but he's built. And as soon, like, his, like, what I'm saying is, like, he didn't have a threatening look on him until he looked at me after I said that. And immediately after I said that, me being almost twice his size and weight, shivered in my fucking boots. I was like, "I need to go apologize right now." And then Corbin's right in my ear, "Go apologize." And I'm like, "Yes, let's go." So Corbin pulls Ty aside, and I pull him, and I'm like, I'm fucking groveling on my knees, basically. Like, "I'm so fucking sorry. That was the dumbest shit I could have ever said." And we ended up being okay that night. And then, like, a few months later, we hooked up with him at, where were we at? It was me, you, B, Josh, him, and someone else. Where were we at? Garrett Wranglers.
Oh
And he
yeah.
brought it up as a joke, and I'm like, "Dude, I still to this day feel like shit about it." And he's like, "We're cool, it's fine." So we're on good terms now, and we partied to
Nah.
it once
You
since
fucking
then.
animal, dog. You
But that
fucking
night, dude,
animal.
I thought he was going to fucking kill me. That is Corncob's favorite part of this fucking story, because he
I
loves saying
love
to
that
anybody.
Bro, that shit's so funny. Okay, but
I was-
there's another
the-
part that's almost equal as one of my favorite stories to tell ever, because
There's a
of just
couple.
how purely drunk he is.
B or me?
You.
Oh, hold on. Let me keep this going. All right. So after that, we lose, and I take a fucking hiatus, and I'm over with our boy 2 Ton and his friend. I'm not gonna say his name yet. Pink. All right. Whatever. and
Oh,
they have
sorry.
moonshine.
Oh, fuck.
And so I'm like, let me buy a bottle of that. And I was like, I shouldn't drink all of this. But it tasted so good. So I
Proceeds
drank a
to do
majority
it.
of it. I drank a majority of it and then passed like an inch of it around. And then before I bought it, he let me try his, which I guess he neglected to tell me was starter. So the one I bought was about 110 proof. The one he gave me was about 205 proof. So I took two nips off the 205 proof and couldn't see. And then I was like, yeah, let me buy a bottle of that shit. And then I was drinking the 110 proof. And I'm like, this shit isn't even fucking me up. I can still see. So that's why I drank the majority of it. And then it hit as I'm like getting ready to like finish it. And I'm like, oh fuck. And I just give it to someone at the campfire. I'm like, hey, pass that around. I am done with it. And I didn't see that for the rest of the night.
That's all. Like that should be. I'm surprised you remember anything after that.
I
Because
remember a
that's
lot
where
after
you
that.
started puking.
No, not yet. Not quite yet.
Speaking of moonshine,
dude.
Jeremy literally came over to my house.
Oh my god, where
And
did
then
he
just
come
drank
from?
3
I thought he
bottles
was
of it.
gone.
3
Oh, yeah.
bottles,
Yeah.
bro.
Fucking
Yes,
hell.
they were just
It
downstairs.
was probably Dad's brew too, so it was 180.
I don't know. I don't know what
But,
it was.
Wait, so
after-
what happened after that?
After that, because we still have the altercation with Stein, and we still have the thing with B.
Altercation with Stein.
Stein tried to cut me off, and that's when I drank his Jaeger, and that's when I puked. That's the last thing, yeah. So
then
me
what's
and
Never
me
mind,
and
go
B.
ahead.
All right. So after that, I sat on a not ice chest. I sat in someone's chair and I just chilled out. And B's by the fire, and we're just talking about how fucking crazy this is. Like it's dope and all that shit, like you do when you're stoned and fucked up. And then B's like, "Hey, a table's free. Do you want to go back up there?" I'm like, "Man." He's like, "Come on, one game." I'm like, "Cool." And it was the worst game of beer pong I've ever played in my fucking life. I think it was pretty much a flawless victory on the other end. But halfway through, B's like, "Man, I gotta go take a piss. Will you play for me?" I'm like, "Cool." So we probably have half of our cups. They have all of theirs. I'm not making any shots. B wasn't either. And we're down from like, I think we have 3 cups left. And I'm like, hold up. I gotta go check on B. B's got this hat that I stole from him for a while because I love that hat. And it's like reflective and shiny.
Very reflective and says "get lit" on it.
Yeah, it was dope
And
ass
this
hat,
man
flat bill.
had this thing put on backwards while he was taking a piss, and then I'm looking over at him because I hear Grizz say something about it, and I'm like, "Yo, what's he doing?"
I shout at him. I say, "Hey B, you good?" And all I
then
see is the reflectiveness turn around real quick, and then go, and then the reflectiveness falls back into what I think is a fucking ravine. I'm like, B just died, holy fuck! I just run towards the ravine, slide down it, and B's laying a foot, like he probably was 3 feet away from falling into the creek. And he's just laying on the ground with his dick in his hand going, fountain, and just peeing on himself.
What
just
the
pissing all over
fuck?
himself. Just all, and I'm like, B,
That
get the
boy's
fuck up, we gotta finish
pissing
this
on
game.
himself.
Fountain.
I pick him up, drag him over to the
Fountain.
table, and he falls, and I'm like, alright, we're done. I fucking forfeit that game, and that's when I go over and sit by the fire, and Stein comes to me and like offers me some Jaeger. And in my head, I'm like, no, I don't want any more. And I kind of look at it, and I'm like, man, and he's like, you're cut off, man. And alright, look. If anyone else would have said it, if Corncob, Josh, B-Cloud, anyone else, I'd have been like,
Okay,
man.
no, I don't think you would have listened to Josh, B, or anyone else besides me. Because
True.
I've partied with you enough,
yeah.
and I know your limits.
Right. And you know that I should never drink Jaeger as well. Ever, ever,
Yeah.
ever. And I didn't
Jaeger
even
or
want
wild turkey.
it. I love wild turkey. But,
Yeah, I fucking know.
I looked at it, and I made a noise that I guess he thought I wanted a hit of it, like I wanted a drink of it, but it was kind of like a, oh shit, I should not drink that. But then he, especially Stein, if like, I feel like if anyone
Just
else would have said
because it
it,
was
I made,
Stein,
yeah,
dude.
it was literally because it was Stein. And Stein is a dickhead. But anyway, so he says, "No, you're cut off, man." And I'm like, "Fuck you." And I grab his bottle and I just throw it back. I don't know how much I drank before he took it from me. I don't know. It was enough to fucking turn me inside out. And I immediately was like, because I had a jacket on because it was like during the colder months, I was like, I'm fucking hot. I gotta go piss. So I go over to a tree, take my jacket off, hang it up on the tree, and pass out. Or at least I was blackout. I thought I passed out. I'm like, cool, I'll just sleep here. And then I remember Corn Cob tapped me on the shoulder, "You good, bro?" And mid fucking vom just fucking, yeah, puke and rally, I should be fine. I left my jacket there. D. White had it for years. And I come back to the campfire and black out halfway to the campfire. And then I wake up to fucking laughing and ew. And then I look at my lap and my lap is orange. Just covered in orange. I had
Bro, this
just...
man has been sitting in front of the campfire for a good 30 minutes, just looking at his lap, crisscross applesauce, puking on himself.
Perfect posture. I remember this. This is the last thing I remember because I blacked out on the way, and then I remember waking up like sitting by the fire and being way too hot. Like I'm right next to the fire. But I remember being cold, so I'm like, nah, I'm not hot. It's just the pot. I'm really cold. I need to stay next to this fire. I was way too fucking hot. And then I remember perfect posture, sitting straight up like there's a pull on my back, and then just going with my head down, just fucking yeet straight down into the cock. And that's the last thing I remember. I remember the primal, like the immediate puke, and then I wake up like I don't know how long, obviously after my fucking stomach is empty. And then Corn Cob comes and he's like, "We're gonna go lay you down." And I'm like, "Dude, do whatever the fuck you want with me. I'm done." And then I guess they carried me to the Kubota and laid me in the back of the... Oh, no, it was in the back of Sully's fucking bourbon. Because I remember being in back there with the subs. And the motherfucker... Like, I sat back there because they partied for a while. Even after I was, like, laying down. But I remember it, like, waking up, it being light outside, and Sully driving. And he has the fucking music turned all the way up. And I'm sitting right next to the fucking subs. There's rattling my body. And I yell, it was probably incoherent, but I remember trying to yell, "If you don't turn that fucking music down, I'm gonna puke all over your subs." But it probably sounded like...
Wait, what are you talking about?
When, like, I don't remember what happened after that. Like, you carried me to Sully's bourbon, and I laid down there. And then I remember waking up and it being light. What happened after that?
I didn't carry you to Sully's Tahoe. I carried
Someone
you
took
to the
me.
Kubota.
Well, when we left, like when we went up to the shop, I was in the bourbon because the subs were in my face.
Okay, well,
Or the
that
Tahoe,
means...
my bad. Someone moved me from the Kubota.
Well, yeah, no, we took the Kubota up to the vehicles.
Yeah,
then,
that's right, that's right.
No, bro, no, you rode in the Kubota all the way up there. I promise.
Did I?
You were laying down in the back of it. I was
So
sitting there
one
right
point
next to
in
you.
time, was there just music blaring in my face? Or was I fucking hallucinating?
Yeah, when we got up by the truck, Josh was up in his truck listening to music.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then, I don't know if I was carried or I walked into the shop, and
You
I
were
sat on
carried.
the red. Yeah, I guarantee it. I sat down on the chair, and fucking...
You literally just didn't move.
No,
You
straight
sat there
up.
and didn't move.
That
And then
perfect posture
somebody
thing.
I threw a blanket literally all the way over the top of you, and you just stayed there like completely covered, sitting straight up. All
Not
night.
leaning on the chair, just I was asleep straight up.
I
Like
woke
blanket
up in the
covering him.
morning, and he was still there. But the crazy thing is, I wake up at like, so we probably partied till 2, 3 a.m. and fucking, I wake up 4, 5, maybe 5:30. B-Cloud is standing up, just like standing there, and I'm like, "Hey B, you good, man?" And he's like, "Yeah," and then just throws up all over the table, and then just
Yeah.
all over
Everything-
back
there
on the
was-
couch.
everywhere.
No,
There
we
was
didn't have
people's-
anything out. We didn't have anything
I
on
thought
the
there was
table.
wallets.
Everything was
there was
good.
wallets.
I don't know about
Oh.
that, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Uh,
people's keys and wallets and shit were on the table. He just threw up all over him, and then he fell on. Sully was on the long couch, and then he just fell on Sully and slept on him.
no, he face planted into the back of the couch and slept with his
Oh.
knees on the ground.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He was on Sully's
That
like
shit
legs.
sounded like it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro, it did. He
and I
straight
remember,
up blacked out and just fell.
I remember being awake for just that part because like I heard Corn Cob say, "Be you good?" And then I kind of like looked up with my eyes through the blanket, and I heard that. And then as soon as he hit, I went, and then went right back to sleep.
I remember that shit, bro. I just heard you laugh and I started giggling too. Shit.
And when I woke up, like I woke up at one point and I was like, I have to piss so bad, but I didn't end up getting up. But I was hot, so I kind of like moved the blanket a little bit to the side, and I saw Corn Cob sleeping on this like wicker bench. Corn Cob at that point was easily 6'1". This wicker bench was probably 4 foot wide, and he was a ball, dude. He was so tiny. He looked like a
But
fetus on this
I
fucking
was the
wicker
most
bench.
comfortable person in the fucking shop that
Guaranteed.
night. I had
Guaranteed.
2 thermal blankets. It was like 20 degrees out that night. I
It was
had
so
2
fucking
thermal
cold.
blankets, one below me, one above me. I had 3 pillows, one just for like my legs and shit, just in case. Bro, I was comfortable with shit, and I was warm
He
as
looked
shit,
comfy as
and I
fuck,
was
but he was
happy.
a ball. So, alright, there's one part of this, 2 parts, I don't remember. One part was, at some point in time, I hit up the group, I was in welding at the time, and I hit up the group Snapchat for just the welding kids that had the teacher in it, and said, fucking partying tonight. But I didn't say where I was or who I was with. It was just me, and then I showed the picture. It was just me in the woods with my flash on, and I said partying tonight, and my eyes were almost completely closed, and I had the goofiest fucking smile. And then supposedly, I don't remember this. I'm pretty sure Corn Cob doesn't remember this, but he swears to it to this day. Our boy Amish shows up to the party. I don't remember this at all. He told me about it the next day. But he shows up to the party and makes a drink called like the fucking color scheme or something he calls it. And it's like 7 drinks, and the first drink, he mixes it all into one pitcher, and the first drink is clear, and the last drink is completely brown. And he said, if you can make it to the end, I'll give you $100, and I made it to the 6th one. So that helped me get super fucked up too.
Literally do not remember him showing
Same.
me.
But he
Ow.
swears to it to this day, because I texted him the last time we did the podcast about this, and he's like, yeah, man, I was there, dude. I was 100% there.
I'm still so mad that Stein made me sleep in the shop. I literally threw up
You were
one
fine.
time
Yeah.
and was perfectly fine.
I threw up twice.
And
A lot, but twice.
Twice. Threw up fucking 47 times in his lap.
That was one. That was one chain of vomit. And it was literally the reason I puked so much. I would have puked no matter what, because I was super fucked up. But the reason I puked so much when I was sitting next to the fire is because the only thing I had eaten that day was like a tub of fucking Cheetos balls. And maybe one cutie, which wasn't helping because it was soaked in alcohol.
Really?
But yeah, I don't remember. And I remember not the next day, because the next day we went to Perkins and I drove. I hit Josh with my S10 because my brakes went out. Still shouldn't have been driving, but I drove to Perkins. And then that Monday I went to school, and when I got to welding, everyone just started fucking laughing when I walked in. And the teacher walked up to me and said, "You throw a banger this weekend?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Next time I better get a fucking invitation." And then everyone laughed, and that's all I heard from it.
So your fucking lap was orange, that's for fucking sure.
Oh, everything was orange, dude. I had to chill
Just
in a pair of
cheese
Josh's
residue
fucking...
on everything.
Yeah.
Just fucking stomach acid and cheese residue.
The last time I saw that jacket, because when I lived in Tonkawa with Corn Cob, D White showed up and I'm like, "That's my fucking jacket." And he's like, "Yeah, I snatched it from the Project B party and I've had it ever since." That was like a year or two later. And on the zipper, there's still orange stains from when I puked by the tree. I don't know where that jacket is now, but wherever it is,
Damn.
I guarantee you it still has orange stains.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So that was actually that was probably
That was
the
a
best
good ass version
Yeah.
of it, I would say.
rendition. That was the best of it so far.
Y'all had a good ass
Sounds
timeline
about-
with it.
I wish
Alright,
we
then,
had
guys.
J. Cole's here. Go ahead.
I got too high in the podcast. I'm fucking gone.
My man, you already know.
That's
Hey,
what happened
Grizz,
last time we did the podcast. What's up?
We're at 74 minutes. So,
Are we?
yeah.
God
Got anything
damn,
else?
we did that shit for a minute.
It was a good
Yeah,
story.
that's
It was
a
a
long
good story
story.
too. It was a good story too. Like that shit's a good
That was a
story.
great
My,
story. That was a
timing
good ass
approximation
podcast,
It's
honestly.
hella accurate and represent.
Right, 76 minutes. Yeah, I saw that.
Cause yeah, I started downloading that like just before it started.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Grizz, I'm down to end it, dog. You already know.
Man, you already know. Look, do we have anything else? Anybody have anything else that is a host? Caden, shut the fuck up.
I'm good, G.
I didn't say anything.
I should be posting my first video sometime within the next week.
Hey, this gonna be
Good.
fire.
As soon
Hey,
as
we
you
gotta put
post that,
his channel on the YouTube, Grizz, in the little channel section.
I can't
Until I
until he
post.
posts a video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting
Alright,
on.
well, hell yeah.
That's why
So
I'm trying
look,
to,
I know I'm
that's
ready
why
for
I'm trying
that.
to get on Rainbow Six and grind out real quick so I can get some
We're
clips.
getting ready to do that, homie.
Fucking, I got like
Bro, we
5 or
did
6
this-
minutes. I just need to get like a couple more minutes and then I can do an intro.
Well,
and I'll
hold
be good.
on. Weren't you wanting to do like a 4-minute intro explaining the channel?
Oh, that is true. So I just need to record some fucking talking and shit.
Yeah, just record an
God
intro,
damn it.
see how long it's gonna be, and then see if we need to do many more clips.
Alright, well, let's play Rainbow Six after this for a little bit and then I'll like write a little script for that shit.
All
and
right,
we'll
sounds good.
get that
Look,
done.
we finally did it, boys. We have recorded this fucking story twice, and I've told it 3 times, like in podcast form. But the first time didn't get posted. The other 2 did get posted, and they're privated. This one's going the fuck up. So, if you
Public
enjoyed this,
baby!
if you enjoyed this, slap a like, hit the subscribe button, and always remember, go down in the description, join the Discord. If you are a busy person and you want to listen to us on the go, we're not on Spotify, we're not on iTunes, we're not on any of that shit. We are on an Echo in this fucking party, though. But
Is it
in the
muted?
Discord,
No, I didn't
yes.
Hear one. I didn't even hear
How
one.
is it? muted?
Yeah,
I
I've
haven't
heard
heard
it the
my
entire
volume.
time.
What the?
Yeah, I've been hearing it a lot.
I
But
didn't even hear
in the
one.
Discord, if you go into the Rhythm Voice chat, click it. No, it's still there, but it's fine. Just let me do the outro.
It's all good.
If you go into the Rhythm Voice chat, you can listen. Are we done?
No.
This
Not really.
man's.
Someone
I have
must
time.
busted a nut. Alright, please
Alright,
continue.
everybody shut the fuck up.
All right. Go in the description. Join the Discord. You can watch our shit mobily. You can hit the. It's got. You have to put fucking ! play and then the title of the podcast that you want to watch, and it'll show it to you. The quality's not great because Rhythm's ass, but if you have good internet, it's probably not that bad. Make sure, please, go check out Hatter's main channel,
Dude,
my
no,
main
baby.
channel. I have our main Twitch and my Twitch in the description. The links don't work, but you can type that in the space bar in Google and you'll get it. I'm going to
Hey.
put Hatter's Twitch in there, and I'm going to put Corncob's Twitch in there. I got it. But
Good boy.
I've been a little lazy on this channel, I know. And please, fucking don't beat me up for none of that damn Until Dawn footage, because I'll get it when I get it, but that game is fucking me up right now. It'll be up soon, I promise. So you'll be checking that out. Go check out Corncob's video when it's up. I got a video I'm working on. Hatter's got a Warriors video he's getting ready to put up.
Yeah.
We're grinding, boys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you want to be notified, or join the Discord if you want to be notified, because we post every time we're getting ready to upload. And until next time, we'll see y'all later. Peace.